Hi everyone, let's talk about Clank. And to start with, I tend to really like deck builders anyway. And this one where we are moving on the board is really adds a nice extra element to it. The deck building is fun, trying to avoid as much clank as you can, which, thematically is a really nice thing. It's all the noise that you're making as you're trying to steal from this dragon. You make too much noise, you're going to be the one that the dragon attacks. So yeah, trying to avoid all of the clank. There are definite strategies you can go down. You saw a few in the playthrough of, make sure you've got these type of tokens and this card's worth more points, or this card does more things if you get a crown token. There are a lot of different avenues to explore. It's a deck builder where it's not like sets of cards come out, you've got this huge deck. I mean, we went through an entire 2-player game and there's still this much left of the dungeon deck. So the games are going to be quite different. I'm not sure how many you'll use in a 4-player game, maybe twice as many. So you'll see a lot more of the cards. But yeah, there's surprises still in this deck for us, just playing as 2. And it's led to quite different games as well. I noticed that in our first game especially, the dragon was attacking all the time. But in this, in the playthrough, for example, that seemed quite a mellow game for the dragon. He still came out and fought, and had to make us worry, especially towards the end when I got in this track to try and make the dragon attack more. But it seemed quite mellow, and it never got that high. We never found any dragon eggs. Where are they? There we go, dragon eggs. They're worth points. They are minor secrets that you can pick up in the rooms, like the money or the potions were. But these are worth points, but they make the dragon's attack go up. They make the dragon pawn move, and his max attack can be 5, added to by if somebody's on the track at the top at the end of the game, if multiple enemies and events have come out. Not events, I can't remember the thing that I'm trying to think of. There are things that add to the dragon's attack value, so it can be really drawing a ton of cubes out there if the certain combinations come out, and that helps to kind of make the feeling of trying to get out of this place. It really does feel like you're under a lot of pressure, especially as if you did watch the playthrough. As soon as somebody gets out of the dungeon, they end up on this track at the top, and so everyone else has 4 turns to get out. If they're not out by the time this player would have taken a 4th turn, then everyone still in the dungeon is knocked out. And that's not too bad. I think if you're knocked out and you're above the grass line, then you still get all the value of all of the stuff you've found so far. You just won't get 20 points for the mastery token, which is still quite a big hit. If you're below ground, though, you just lose, and everything you did counts for nothing because you've got bigger things to worry about. You're in trouble down there. But that's kind of, it balances out your greed, really. If you want to go for these really complicated things, and in theory, you could go and get a really high value artifact, then you could go and buy a bag and go and try and get another one. But the chances of you actually doing that before somebody just grabs a cheap artifact, grabs a load of points elsewhere and runs out of there, that could be a strategy. None of us have really tried that yet, where you could just go in, try and grab the first artifact, see what you can get on your way out, but just try and run out. And the other person that's trying to, whatever they're trying to do, they are going to be really cut short by you doing that. Not sure how effective that strategy would be, but it's there. It's something you could do. The market items really change things a lot as well. Going through those locked passages can really open a lot up to you, especially this 30-point artifact that I was mentioning. You can't get it without the master key. The path to it is completely blocked off. Speaking of the paths and everything, there is another side to this board where the layout of everything is quite different. Market spaces are spread out on the board, so you don't come to this central area to buy things. You can get them from various different areas. And on top of that, this isn't to do with Clank the base game, but I know that the expansion has just come out. That adds another board and another load more cards. So, there are a lot of different experiences to be had with this game, especially if you get the expansion. But yeah, we've only played a couple of games with it so far, but really enjoyed it. It's it's simple to teach with it being a deck builder. There's not a ton of powers to learn. There are only a few things you're doing. You're buying more cards, or you're attacking, or you're moving. Generally, there are a few things outside of that, but the symbols are really helpful. Really easy to teach and really smooth to play, and it's just fun as well. It's a fun experience. It does feel like you're trying to sneak into this place and desperately try to, get in and get out as quickly as you can without the dragon completely messing up your day. And yeah, so really, really enjoying Clank at the moment. Definitely gonna keep an eye out for the expansion because I want more. Really, there's, as I said, there's still more in this dungeon deck for us to explore. I'm sure more things haven't come out. As I said, just in this basic dungeon deck, it's led to some very different games based on whether the dragon attack symbols come out or how many monsters are coming out versus gems and companions and things. They can really lead to some very different combinations. So yeah, really, really enjoying Clank and expect I will be in the future as well. So that's Clank, everyone. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you for the next game. Bye.